G'day everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to Endeavours for the 16th of May. Before I start, there's some Endeavour store editions, so I just want to talk about them first. If you want to skip through this stuff or get to one Endeavour in particular, I'll have timestamps in the description for you. But yeah, so Wild Hunt, TLDR, it's like a Wood Elves when they forsake Ifray kind of thing. So it's like plants that turn into animals, or Wild Hunt is like they change into like crazy monstrous forms and shit like that. So these are sort of mount-based ones in that theme, so it's kind of cool. There's also a limited time offer. Limited time is funny because these stay around a lot longer than this stuff does. It's kind of weird. Anyway, there's also a red version of the Cinch. Now I'm a big advocate for Cinches. Maybe not as much anymore, but years ago since when the Cinches or like any mounts in the game their animations used to be a lot quicker. Since then, it's just kind of not very important anymore. But I've always found that Cinch or like any feline mount, like these ones, they react to bumps on the ground better than other mounts. As I said, I don't think it's not as apparent anymore. But I've always felt when their animations are a lot faster, these things will just react to bumps on the ground better. I don't know if that's a thing now, but I've just kind of kept to these kind of mounts myself because of that reason. That's why you see I only really use Stench mounts. But yeah, this one here, I've basically had this one for years. As far as I can remember me playing the game, I bought this ages ago for, I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks on the store or some shit. Just way too expensive, but now you can get this one for 4,000 seals, but also you can get a Gua mount for 2,000. That's also another really good one, I think, for such a low price, and these things don't look too bad, I think. But yeah, that's just me. Obviously, this is an Argonian themed mount, I think, and this one's more of a... I like to think this one's honestly just a generic one, because the color of this one is just like... It's very neutral to me. Like, you can use it on any style of character, and it just fits. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, I've got a big attachment to this one. There's also the Doom Wolf is out as well. So this one has like echoey, like raw lines. Yeah, like howls and stuff like that. So it's basically just a black wolf with red eyes, and it echoes when it makes roars. And yeah, there's some other stuff as well. That's most of the stuff that's really worth talking about here. There's a couple of facial hair horns things, and there's also some hairdos. The hairdos are very basic. I'm not a big fan of them, but yeah, some people like those. I just wish you could change I just wish there was like some hairdos you could dye. That'd be really good. But yeah, they're just stuck in like one color. So yeah, peruse if you want. That's all I really wanted to say here. So I'll just start with the Endeavours now. So we've got a bit of an annoying stat. So we've got Deconstructing with Jewelry Crafting, so it requires Summerset. We've got Completing a Duel, pretty straightforward, but you need to find someone to do that with. Complete a Heist requires Thieves Guild and requires a bit of preparation before you can get access to them, and preparation to make them a lot easier. Public Dungeon Group Event, easy. Capture 1 resource of Cyrodiil varies greatly. So if I was to say, if you have Summerset, definitely do this one. Try and do this one and this one. These two here, just depends. This one's not too bad, but if you haven't done one before, if you haven't done any Thieves Guild stuff, even if you've got the DLC, it's probably not a good idea to try doing this one, just because it takes hours to get through the Thieves Guild questline long enough to get to where you need to go for this. But I'll cover the actual heist itself, because the heist doesn't take very long. It's like 5 minutes if you're quick. Because you can kind of, if you don't care about the rewards, which I think aren't great, then you can honestly just Rambo through it and get it done in like 3 minutes. It's not a big deal. So yeah, that's usually what I like to do. But yeah, I'll go through that one last. So, and I'll go through this one second last. This one's very unreliable. Sometimes you can do it real quick. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Depends on how busy Cyrodiil is. Depends on the resources available. But yeah, I'll go through that one. Alright, so firstly, I'll just cover a duel. All you need for this is some player, doesn't matter who, just anyone. So you go up to them. Now there'll be I don't know what it's like on console, but I imagine it's very similar. There's the hold to interact button there. You hold that down, and then dueling is at the top left. The only thing to worry about with duels is if you go too far out of the arena, like if I started the duel and I went like over here somewhere, it would forfeit the duel. And for you, it would not count. For the other person, it does. So all you have to make sure is if you do a duel, either they kill you, you kill them, or you let them run out as long as they're aware that it's not going to complete for them. Maybe if they've done it already, they can. That's a thing that they can do. So yeah, those are the thing about duels. Doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter how good you are at dueling. You just got to complete one. So yeah, that's all there is to say about that one. It's just obviously trying to find a player that can do that one is the only issue, because you'll go find some people and they just will decline duels, and it's just because some people don't like it. Because with one of the viewers, they've like someone's asked them to duel and they didn't want to, and then they just flipped out at them. So it's just like some people make it way more silly than it should be. So yeah, just respect people's privacy if they don't want to duel. I assure you, it's nothing personal. All right, let's move on. Alright, Deconstructing Jewelry. You obviously need Summerset to be able to use a jewelry station, or if you have ESO Plus, you'll also have access to it. So what you want to do here, I think the only two ways I would suggest, the fast way is to just craft 8 rings using 16 pewter, and then deconstructing them. So in this case, just craft 1, just as an example. So you can go to Deconstruct and just deconstruct your own ones. The only other way I would suggest doing this is to do dolmens for a while. So each dolmen will give you a ring or a piece of jewelry as a reward from the chest at the end for completing it. Completing it's pretty damn easy. You just have to take part in it, like damage one enemy essentially, and you'll get participation. So very easy to do. And the Auradon ones are busy. Same with the Alaka Desert ones. These are usually always busy. So getting 8 jewelry pieces will just take a couple of minutes usually. So yeah, you could do that, or you could, as I said, just craft 8 rings and just deconstruct them. That's usually what I do if I have the resources. Because pewter is refined pewter is pretty cheap. And it's usually pretty plentiful on guild stores because, yeah, everyone refines it to get upgrade materials and then sells it. So if you need to know where to find jewelry on the guild stores, you go materials, jewelry crafting, and you just go this one, material, refined material. It's only platinum here, but there's a lot of guild stores out there, and yeah, you just got to look through. You shouldn't have to look far to find some. Okay, so public dungeon group event. There's only one place I suggest you go to get this done, and that is Lost City in the Natatambu in Alaka Desert, because the group event respawns far quicker than any other one in the game. So in order to find, if you haven't got this way shine yet, this is the one you want. It's right next door. If you haven't got that yet, there is a house up here. It's called, I believe it's called Swordsinger's Redoubt. Let me have a look. Here it is, Swordsinger's Redoubt, this one here. So look this up on home tours. If it's not in recommended, then go browse homes and do the same, because usually usually browse homes shows all of the ones that are available, whereas that one shows recommended, so it's a bit different. So yeah, just travel to any of these here, travel out the front door when you get in, and it will take you here. There'll be some enemies here unless you've completed the Sadakalam questline. Either way, just travel out here, this way shine, and then travel down this way for a while. And before I would go in here, I'd just grab this way shine so it's easy to get here, and then from that point you've got easy access to any public dungeon group event ones, or any public dungeon bosses ones. You can use this area here super duper easily and super well, because not only does it give you a public dungeon group event fast, the public dungeon group event gives you 3 bosses. So if you just get regular public dungeon boss, depends, normally they ask you to do it in a certain group dungeon, and it's fucking annoying. But if it's just generic ones, then Lost City is the place to go. So what you're looking for is this area here, so the Lost City group challenge. Now, I know it says group challenge, but believe me, you can do this entirely on your own, and it's not that difficult of a fight. Oh no. I'm lagging. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the combination is as follows. You go this one. So you go scarabs, then you go spiders, There's 2 spider ones. And then you go scorpions in the middle. That'll spawn 3 enemies. They're a little bit tough. They're 3 public dungeon bosses, so it won't be the easiest fight in the world, but it's not difficult either. And then you're done. So yeah, that's it. And the thing is, even if someone beats the boss and you're waiting, it literally takes like 30 seconds for it to respawn. So I'll show you. So if you want to know the add-on I use to show all these on the map, you go to add-ons and you go map pins, this one here. So on console, what I would do is you look up the public dungeon name and then map, and then you can easily find, it'll show you where all the bosses are. So yeah, as you can see, it's already back up. So as you can see here, we'll just start this up again and just kill these guys, and that would count again as a group event. And you're done. Okay, resources Cyrodiil. Never liked this one. So capturing a resource. Resources are these things here. The lumber mills, the farms, and the mines. In order to take them, you can take them on your own, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. What you need to do is fight a bunch of NPCs. Maybe you might fight players if you're unlucky, but yeah, it just depends. So I'm just going to start doing one now, but it's a lot easier if you can find one next to a friendly keep, because otherwise you have to go all the way from your keep to another one, and enemies can spawn a lot easier at their keeps. Just makes it a pain in the ass. So if you can, do one that's next to one of your keeps. It makes it so much easier, believe me. So I have pre-recorded this. The only reason I did this is just so I can break down what the hell's going on, because it goes through pretty quick, and you know, I find it difficult to explain stuff properly when I'm concentrating on killing this shit. I did do champion disabled, like champion points disabled, so the enemies are a little bit tougher. Because man, champion points make this a lot easier, I will say. So the very first thing, the flag that you need to take in order to capture a resource is on the right there. You can see it just underneath the minimap. The first thing you do not want to do is go straight for the flag and attack the guards on there, because you can see in the distance there's a healer and a normal guard at the stairs of that tower. That tower also has a mage at the top that you can't see. As soon as you go for the flag and try and fight the 4 guys on the flag, the 2 guards on the flag, the honor guards, they are tougher than anything else here. So what you don't want to be doing if you aren't super, like if you're not super duper strong and you can just handle everything like a fucking psychopath, you don't want to be fighting all of this stuff at once. What you can do is you can divide and conquer. So you can go into the tower, kill the mage, the guard outside. So these 2 here, the guard outside here and here, will go into the tower to try and attack you. But the rest of these guys are kind of, they have a leash distance. They won't actually follow you too far into the tower. So that way you can divide the amount of enemies that you're fighting in one go, and make it easier for yourself once you get to the flag, because believe me, those honor guards are fucking rough, and so is the guard at the top of the tower. But if you can fight that guard on their own, it's a lot easier. So as you can see, the first thing I do here is I charge straight into the tower. I get hit by a bunch of shit. What you'll do want to do is like hide. Line of sight is really powerful in PvP. So I just sit here, get my health back, and now I just divide and conquer. So I grab these 2 guards here on their own. One of them even just loses aggression, so they hit their, I think they do hit their leash range there. So you can see this one, and then over here you can see the mage guard on their own. Now as you can see at the bottom there, all the guards at the tower bring their weapons out, but they can't actually do anything to me because I'm not, I'm out of their line of sight. So now that the mage guard is done, one of the guards comes into the tower, so you can just, again, just divide and conquer. Just fighting the guard on their own. Now there is another healer outside on the left, so that's the next person I'm going to go for, because they're separated all on their own. The other healers will hit you with a couple of things. Don't worry, that's normal. But the healers are a lot weaker than the honor guards, so I absolutely say in all circumstances, attack the healers, because those are the ones who are going to be healing everything else, and the honor guards are a lot tougher. So by tougher I mean they're harder to kill. So when you're attacking them, the healers heal them. And because they're harder to kill, the heals matter more for them. So what you want to do is get rid of the healers first, and it'll make it easier. Now what they'll do is they have their own version of like dragon blood, That's like utterly ridiculous. It fully heals them, basically. So it will take longer to kill them. That's also why I hate dealing with them first, because they just do that and make it harder. Now here's the bit that, for anyone who like is scared of PvP like me, this is like the most anxious bit. Just sitting here waiting for the thing to trickle down. So what's going on here, the little thing near the health bar, is you can see it's going down with of Merry, and eventually it'll go up Evanhart. So it's converting the flag from their faction to your faction. So this is the part that takes fucking ages on your own. So if you've got a group of players that you can count on for this, it'd be so much better, because it takes so long on your own. Because while this is happening, you can't... Oh yeah, you can actually see it on the minimap. There's like a little under attack icon on the farm that we're on. It's basically just saying to the Old Merry players, hey, you should investigate this because there's someone doing something here. And that might mean that a player rocks up. But this is exactly why I say try and find a resource that's next to one of your keeps, because the odds of a player coming in is much lower, because they can't just travel to their keep and go to it. They have to travel to a keep far away from this and investigate it. In that case, it's probably not worth it for them to do that. Now, these workers, they do also... they will attack you, but they're much, much weaker than the guards are, so they're not as much of a problem. And as soon as you take the keep flag, as soon as it gets fully taken, everything will despawn and it'll spawn as your stuff. And that's taking a resource. That's all there is to it. So now what you want to do is, especially if you're at someone else's, like an enemy keep, go into Imperial City and queue, and when it says accept, just accept it. Now you'll get taken to Imperial City, and you'll be in a safe area that you can just get back out to the mainland with. So yeah, simple as that. Yeah, from here you just look for this circle icon in the Imperial City, and you can just travel straight out here. So yeah, it's super easy to do, but players can get in the way, and sometimes just because of the nature of like these resources, sometimes you can even like get to them when they're under attack and someone has already taken them. Just shit like that. It's like, can be quite annoying to get to these sometimes. But yeah, most of the time it's straightforward. It's just finding one of the fucking things. Alright, so now we've got a heist. It won't show up in Endeavors on here because this is NA. I don't have access to heists on EU, so I'm gonna have to do it here. But I can guarantee for certain that just completing the heist counts for the Endeavor. I've done it many times. So I think the quicker way to get to the heist is through this entrance outside the city instead of this one. Now, you do need to keep in mind, in Zone Guide, go to these. You have to complete the long game to get access to heist. It takes a little while, especially if you're not, like, if your character isn't built to do criminal stuff. It can take quite a while. So it would probably be better to do the other options today if you haven't done heist yet, if you've got access to Thieves Guild. If you do though, it's pretty quick, and it's instanced and solo, so it's a pretty good option, but only if you've got Thieves Guild and you've done all the prerequisites to come into the Thieves Den. And as soon as you enter this side of the Thieves Den, the guy that you need to talk to once you've unlocked heists will be right here. You just get this heist board, you read it, and then you talk to the guy, and he'll take you to where you need to go. Now, you can do the bonus objectives, and you kind of can just Rambo through and sometimes get lucky enough and complete all the objectives just by coincidence. But if you can completely fuck this up in every possible way and complete the quest. You just won't get as many rewards. And honestly, if you just want the 10 seals today, then it's not worth bothering with trying to do the objectives, because you can get it done very quick if you just rush through. So the main things to worry about in these heists are these blue ring NPCs. Those blue rings, you cannot be invisible in those. You will get spotted, so you need to stay out of them. Everybody else, you can just stay in invisibility and you're good to go. So you are looking for these quest icons here, these ones. So I'm just going to try and get away. Yep, cool. Now, if you have in the leisure domain skill line, if you have locksmith as many points as possible, that will make it a lot easier to complete this without getting spotted. Well, not so much getting spotted, but doing it in the time frame, because lockpicking the chest is a little bit of a time spent doing this. Now, I'm just going to say... oh yeah, I mean, I got spotted there. Falls to the wall. Now it's up there, so I need to go up the stairs. Now, every time you get spotted, it reduces the time you have. So... yeah, don't stress too much about it. Oh, interesting. So, I guess they're just like, kind of like us. Oh, no! Right, so now, if I sprint into the corner, I think I might be able to get away. Yeah, look at that. It's just, with invisibility, it's these sentries with the blue ring that will get you, not the other people. Right, so this... oh, God damn it. Look, I'm just going to kill this one and get them out of the way. They put a shield on themselves, but as you can see, it's very quick to get through the shield. Okay, so next I'll go over here. So there's 4 chests to grab in total. Oh yeah, so there's verticality. Yeah, so there's one there. Now you can bite these people, but the issue is even if you insta-kill them and they don't spot you when you bite them, or when you feed on them, you will still get a bounty. Oh, sorry, not a bounty, sorry. You'll still get... it'll still act like you got spotted. It's fucking bullshit. How do you get over there again? Oh yeah, down here. Yeah, so I've completely fucked it up, but who cares? Like, I'm trying to mess around, get it done quick, it's just too much of a waste of time. Yeah, even if you get spotted, if you run far enough away from the blue ring people, you can go back invisible and they can't attack you, so that's another way to disengage from combat. So, I mean, I've already fucked it all up, so I might as well kill this guy while I'm here. Okay, so back we go. Now, if you fail to do it in the required time frame, you'll be greeted by one of these guys. It's like a more elite enemy. They're very outdated though. You can kill these guys pretty easy, and it's like they usually put a shield on themselves, and they do more damage than what the rest of the enemies do. But it's like it's nothing special. Yeah, so you can just kill them like normal, and just continue on like nothing happened. And just sort of fire and die, people are like, it doesn't always go the way it's supposed to if you fail. And that's it. You just go back, you complete the quest, and that's it. And the only thing is, what you get is, like, if you've completed it properly, you'll get a purple one, and that'll have better stuff. But honestly, the rewards don't matter that much. And, you know, if you really want those rewards, you can either buy the motifs that come from it from guild stores for very cheap, and just do other stuff to get the money for it, or just do them in your own time when they don't show up as endeavors. Because, yeah, you can do it pretty easily on a Nightblade, but it's just time consuming, usually. Just like learning all the routes and stuff. Okay, so that's endeavors done. If you've got any questions about any of this stuff, as always, just let me know. If you want to know what the build is, I can link the video for that as well, so all that stuff. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care.